Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to learn how to cut this beautiful petal sleeve. If this is something that interests you, kindly watch this video to the end. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. So let's jump right into the video. So right here is my pattern paper, and I'm going to be marking 3 inches out here first. You can do more than 3 inches. I'm only working according to the fabric I have. You can do up to 5 inches because that's going to be the curve measurement. So I'm going to mark 8 inches as the length of the sleeve I'm working with. Like I said, you can do more than that if you want. So I'll go ahead and roll this out. So the next thing is to mark my round armhole measurement. Okay, you're going to use your round armhole measurement to fold either your fabric or your pattern paper, and mine is 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 8 inches out, and then I'll cut off the excess I have. So I'm marking my sleeve cap of 3.5 inch, and I'm going to connect it like so. I'm connecting the armhole area like so. All right, so right here the 3 inches I took upward. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to reconnect it. Like I said, this is going to serve as that curve we need at the sleeve area. So go ahead and curve it down like this. Now if you want your sleeve to have more gathers, that means you need to add excess. Like mine now, I folded my fabric according to my armhole measurement. You can add extra 4 inches to that your round armhole measurement if you still want it to be big and you want more gathers at the top. Okay, so after cutting this out, what I'm going to do now is I'm just trying to measure it to be sure that I have enough to gather. Okay, make sure you take note of the center of this pattern. So from the center I'm going to be marking 3 inches out. You can mark 4 inches out if you want, but I'm just going to mark 3 inches out like this. So after marking the 3 inches out, I'll go ahead and take my curve ruler to take the curve. You can use your free hand if you want, but I'm going to use the curve ruler. Just watch the way I'm curving it. If you don't want yours to go in too much like this, okay, you can just come down a little bit before taking the curve. You can come down, you can bring like a curve to come down before taking this curve if you don't want it to be open this much. Okay, after curving you can see that it went in more from the center point. So if you don't want yours like that, it totally depends on you. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut this out. So I'm going to use this pattern paper now to cut the other side. So make sure you notch the center part, that center line. It is very, very important. So I'll go ahead now and cut this out, and I'll be cutting 2 of it. So make sure your fabric is either right side facing each other or wrong side facing each other when you are cutting the two pieces together. Okay, so on this part I'm going to be adding sewing allowance to this part, because this part I'm going to turn it with lining, so you need to add sewing allowance to that part. So I'm going to open it up. So after cutting this out now, I'll also use the fabric to cut out the lining I'm going to use for the sleeve. So make sure you also notch the fabric. You can see how I'm notching it because we are going to need that notched part. Okay, the notch part will match each other by the time we are done. Okay, so after cutting the lining, I'm going to attach paper stay on the lining and then attach soft stay on the fabric because this fabric is thick. Okay, so here is what I have. I've joined the sewing allowance on both the side of the lining and the main fabric. Okay, join the side seam allowance. So what I will do now is to place the lining on top of the fabric, and I'll go ahead and sew the hem of the sleeve. Okay, this is going to be the hem, so I'll go ahead and sew the hem. I want to achieve an inseam finishing. That was why I sewed the side seam allowance like this. So now that it is sewn, I've also ironed it flat. So you remember the notched parts on both sides is you're going to place them on top of each other. So when you place them on top of each other, that means you are on track. Okay, so what I will do now is to go and run a stitch to hold these two together. Okay, I'll run a stitch to hold it together, and after running the stitch I'll go ahead and pleat it. So you can see I've pleated it to my round armhole measurement. Like I said, if you want more pleat and you want this to be very big, just add extra allowance to your round armhole measurement, so that you can have enough to pleat and to gather. So here is what I have. This is what you should have when you attach it to your blouse. Thank you for watching this video to the end, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please consider to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Please, it means a lot to me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.